Erend, are you there?
Aloy! Aloy, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. Where's everyone else?
We're all... we're back at base. What happened?
It might be easier to explain in person. I'll try to join you there when I can.
Okay. We'll wait here for you. It's good to hear your voice, Aloy.
Alright, I might as well get this over with if I can be more sad. Tell you that much right now.
To let you know, I'm now patched into your focus network.
Great. The other Zeniths can't hear us?
Of course not. And they don't know about your base either, in case you were wondering. I've sent you data on the Horus energy cells you can use against Regala's forces. Reach out to me when you're ready to acquire one.
Understood.
When you're wounded, you have to strike back. Draw blood.
Hey! Can't I get one damn minute to mourn my friend?
Regala is going to slaughter my tribe to overthrow Hikaru. The Zeniths have Beta and Gaia. We can't sit around wallowing in our losses.
Kotallo's right. We must fight.
Oh, all right. So what are we gonna do, huh? Take on all of Regala's rebels?
Not to mention the Zeniths. What can we even do? Throw ourselves at their base?
Something like that. So...
After we lost contact with you, we regrouped and went to Gemini. What happened? The recording we found on Varl's focus cut off when that Zenith, Eric...
The Zeniths were tracking Hephaestus. When Gaia trapped it in Gemini, they knew where we were. After Varl tried to stop them, they took Beta and Gaia. I only survived because one of the Zeniths turned against the others to save me.
One of them? Well... at least we didn't lose you too. So what do we do now?
We're going to defeat the Zeniths. And get Beta and Gaia back. But first... we're going to stop Regala.
How?
Back in Gemini, Beta gave me... a gift. There's something I need to do first to make it work, but it could put an end to the bloodshed.
Word is, Regala's readying her army for an all-out assault on the Grove. I need to be there.
I know. Go. Stand with Hikaru. And keep an eye on the sky.
Strike true as the 10.
The rest of you, whatever preparations you need to make, upgrades, resupplies, get on it. It won't be long before we take the fight to the Zeniths.
We'll be ready, Aloy. And when you're ready, meet me outside the east exit. I'd like to have a word in private.
Even when things are darkest, you're the flame that lights the way forward.
Just tell me one thing. Am I gonna get to smash up a bunch of Zenith bastards?
We all are.
Good. Aloy.
Before I do anything else,
Think
I
we
should
can
check
talk?
on Zoe. It sounded important.
Talk to Erend first.
I thought you were gonna go fight some Tanakh.
I wanted to check in with you first.
Don't worry about
You
it.
just asked if you wanted to
I'm
talk.
just, picking up the pieces like everyone else. I'll be there when you need me.
I never doubted that.
Oh. Good. I'm glad you're back.
So am I.
Oh, before I forget. Here. Something to commemorate our mission. We did good together.
Yeah.
What did what's her name give me? I just remembered. God, what's her fucking name now? Avala. Oh, is that right? Is that her name, Avala? It only gives me pause because somebody in the Overwatch
I
League
hate waiting, but
community
you'll have to stay
is
back
named
here a little
Avala.
longer.
That's not her name, right?
Well, you go do what you gotta do, but are you okay? It's not just Varl we lost. Beta's gone. I mean, I almost lost it when I realized my sister had been taken by Derval back in the Sundom.
I'm getting her back. That's all that matters.
Understood.
Do you think Zoe will be okay?
I don't think anyone's ever okay after losing the one they love. I can't tell you she's handling it better than I ever did. That keeps the rest of us level-headed.
Let's play Strike. No, not right now.
I need to get going.
You better get there before Katalo tries to take on Regala's entire army by himself. Yeah, do me a favor. Don't go disappearing on us again.
I'll do my best.
Let's see if I can upgrade and get this stuff. I might talk to Alva. Is her name, not
My
Avala.
studies are a good distraction, especially after Culture in Gemini. Varl, Beta, Gaia, gone. And that's just the beginning. The Zeniths want to rob us of our future too.
We won't let that happen. Tilda, the Zenith that Beta mentioned, she was the one who rescued me.
Did she say why?
She knew Elizabeth Sobek. Seems to think helping me is honoring her in some way. She was willing to share information on both Silence's plans and the other Zeniths.
But you still don't trust her. Where I come from, the more valuable the knowledge shared, the higher the price extracted. I'd be careful if I were you, Aloy.
So, all of the tribes here are new to you?
Yes, I've been studying up on them. The most fascinating one thus far has been the Tenakth, an entire culture based on the holograms of an ancient museum. There's much they've misinterpreted, not unlike the Quen. But still, there's a nobility to what they've become. They're honorable and fearless.
And deadly. How are you holding up?
Varl's loss is heavy on everyone's mind. I didn't know him well, but I can see how much he meant to the others. Zoe and Aaron seem to have taken to it the hardest, but I don't quite know what to say to them.
They need time to sort through it.
And what about you? Will time heal your wounds?
I don't know.
I try not to think about it. Seems like everyone's ready to take the fight to the enemy.
Katalo more than most. If I were this Regala, I wouldn't want to cross him on the battlefield.
Regala still has a lot of machines on her side.
That's where you come in, I suspect.
If my plan works. I should get going. Be ready to go on my signal, okay?
I won't let you down.
I know.
Talk to Aaron. Katalo's not here. Why do you have more to say? I was just here.
Was there something
Well, there's
else
something
you
else
needed?
you need, apparently. Now
Tilda's
you're
the
gonna talk
one
about
who
the Zeniths,
rescued me.
damn it.
Same one that spoke to Beta when none
I
of the
already
others
just
would.
had this
Did
conversation.
she say why she saved you?
She knew Elizabeth Sobek. She was willing to share.
But you still don't. Where I come from, the higher the price. I'd be careful.
That's the exact same thing you just told me.
I should get going.
Damn this game.
Careful, Aloy.
If you have something to say again, I swear to God, thank you. Thank you for not making me have to beat you up. Alright. Where's my room? I just want to go to my room and cry. Oh, there's something new in here. Varl's focus. Huh. Get out of here. Let's go talk to Zoe. I have a feeling it's gonna be sad. She was holding it together in front of the others, but now she's gonna be out here crying. So,
So cold.
shut up.
Over here, Aloy.
Oh, and his mother doesn't know. Let us go back to the Noras and tell his mother that he's fucking dead.
We would come out here to tend to the garden. Sometimes I needed fresh air. Other times we would simply sit and watch the sunrise. So when we returned from Gemini, it seemed fitting that he be laid to rest here. Now he can always look out at Plains Zone and further east to the Nora sacred lands.
He would have liked that.
He often spoke of his sister, Bala. He said she used to gather her favorite golden blooms and tie them to her spear. Their mother called it useless, but Bala was stubborn.
Yeah, she seemed like that.
It wasn't easy. But I tracked down the flower. Gathered its seeds. As verdant limbs wither, roots rot in snow, still the sea rises, as certain as stone. From death follows new life. So it is with the land. And so it is with us. I'm with Child.
Whoa! That's something to fucking drop on me!
I was going to tell him when he got
But he
back
died.
from Gemini. Instead,
I'm sorry.
one day, I'll bring our child here. We'll sit among the blooms and watch the sunrise.
I never got to tell him. To thank him. For saving my life, sure, but also for not giving up on me.
He always knew.
Damn this game.
Goodbye, Varl. I promise to look after them. I'll try to visit again when I can. But for now, I need to go to the fabrication terminal to install the new override on my spear. Then I'll use it on a sunwing and get ready for an entrance Regala will never forget.
Alright. Now that I've slightly recovered from that. Whew.
This'll break my fall.
I am so glad I don't have fucking face cam on, dude. Oh boy.
Before I forget, I watered those plants.
Oh, errand.
I just know they meant a lot to you, and well,
Thank you, Aaron.
Start crying again, dude.
Think you can manage things here while I go help Akaro?
Stopping Regala's war. It'll help us take the fight to the Zeniths?
Yes.
Then I'll make sure the rest of us are ready upon your return.
Okay. How's Aaron doing?
For a moment there, he thought he'd lost both you and Varl. But he never truly succumbed to despair. Guess that Oseram's stubbornness comes in handy sometimes.
Anything interesting happen while I was away?
Aaron told us how you tracked down the Oseram supplying Regala with machines. In fact, he's quite adamant about relating the tale at least twice a day. But I can tell it meant a lot that you asked for his help.
I wouldn't have been able to track them down if it wasn't for him. We'll be facing Spectre drones soon. Aaron and Katalo have fought them before, so...
Already asked them to run us through some combat drills. Aaron moves like an oaf, but he's good with that hammer.
It doesn't help that I'm also have allergies right now, so my nose is already stuffed up to begin with.
For what they've done, but once they infiltrate their base,
I'm a
our
mess.
priority will be to get Gaia and Beta out of there.
The initial
worry.
death didn't get me as much, but the morning after.
Wherever your arrow
Ugh.
strikes, mine will follow.
Just never know, ladies and
Let's hope we
gentlemen.
hit targets.
Be sure to tell people when you can. You know.
I need to get going.
Whatever you plan on doing against Regala, you better return to us in one piece.
I'll try. Override installed. Now to find a sunwing. I think there are some roosting at the top of the mountain.
We're gonna go up, or are we just gonna go sideways and down the whole time? I'm gonna have to cheese it, aren't I? The amount of time I spent in Zero Dawn doing this stuff, this jumping up the mountainside, it was insane. Especially during the DLC, because there's just like a giant mountain in the middle of the map, kind of like with this one. Okay, where are these things? Over this way.
Good. There's sunwings up here. I'll have to approach them quietly.
Our first sunwing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. I saw, dude.
Got it.
fly west. Look at me, Ma. I'm doing it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Cue the end of Harry Potter. Oh! Why am I diving so much? Oh, it's
Hilda?
frickin'.
I'm in the air.
It's frickin'.
Then you'll want to pick up an
Frickin'
energy cell on one of the
reverse.
ancient Horus Titans. But first you must send out a pulse to activate them. I've sent you the necessary software. To deploy it, you'll have to override one of the communication machines you refer to as Tolnecs. There's one in the middle of the desert that should do nicely.
On it.
Yeah, it's what's the freaking word for it? Inverted controls with flying. So what can you do? All right, so I found out I can't do any of the other quests or anything until I complete the Wings of the Ten mission, which is the one I'm in currently. So unfortunately, I didn't want to start the stream back up again, so I'm recording this. I don't know how long it'll be. I don't know how much it's going to make me do. I don't know if it's going to make me do the whole fight or anything. So we'll see. So this will be YouTube exclusive content. Ooh, look at you guys. So let's head on over to this tall neck. Here I was trying to be a responsible young man, go to bed at a normal time, and then Horizon says, no, none of that for you. To be fair, I probably could have just ended, and probably wouldn't have been able. Well, I guess I could have streamed on Monday. I forget that I don't really do things on Monday, but who knows? Let's just do it now. Wish this thing could go a little bit faster. I forget which button dismounts you, so I don't want to just press it. Just start pressing buttons and see if I can go
There's
faster or
a
not.
tonic. Need to get on top of its head.
Alright, tap to slow down, circle to slow down, R1 to ascend, and R2 to descend. Now I assume I can just square to get off this thing.
Know how to land this thing.
Oh, can I? Oh, I can land directly on the tall neck. Okay.
Made it. Just got over it. Okay, Tilda. I've overridden the tall neck.
Good. And the energy cells are now primed. Simply pick one up on a Horus. The nearest one should be northwest of your position. Dropping it on Regala's machine should produce quite a spectacle.
Thanks for the assist.
I told you, I want to help.
I'm sure you do. Okay, so I can call the Sunwing.
Whoa! I'm gonna have to get used to that.
Oh wait, what the fuck? Fly, you fool! Well, they got infinite ammo? Jesus. Oh, my poor Sunwing's taking so much damage. Flying in evasive maneuvers. Jesus Christ, these Ravagers just want my ass. Leave me alone. Okay, they're gone. Oh, if I hold X, it kind of gets its ass in the gear. Okay, there we go. I've just been tapping it. Tap, tap, tapping along. Tap, tap, tap.
Look at those rebels. Reinforcements, maybe. Heading to the grove. I hope a couple of these knocks can hold out a little longer.
Why would they, like, notice me? I'm flying over the top of them. They can't even see me on this thing.
There's the energy cell. Right on the Titan's back. Got the cell. Now onto the grove. Pulse from the Tallneck should have reactivated all the energy cells in the region. I should be able to pick up more from any horse I fly to. It'll be useful, even after I deal with Regala.
Can I repair my Sunwing? Because it usually doesn't just sit somewhere, does it? I think it just flies away when you're not using it. Alright, let's get the flap in your bud. It seems like you're going faster when you're doing this, but I don't know. I guess I don't know.
Go.
It's all over, Chaplain.
I gotta drop it now. Here it goes.
I'm not wearing my outfit.
It's Aloy! She flies in the wings of the Ten. The tide has turned! Push through!
End of the line, Hakara. Now on your knees, and I'll give you the death you didn't have the spine to give me.
They're down! The machines! All of them! They're down!
What? How's that possible?
Regala! Enough bloodshed! Let's settle this. You and me.
Easy to say when you're atop a machine.
Well, that was just to get your attention. I don't need any help to take you down.
Fine.
I would like my outfit, though.
I accept your challenge. And once I'm done with you, I'll get to finish the slaughter.
We'll see about that.
The duel is set. Let none interfere.
I was gonna say, do I get to do this fight, or is it gonna be a cutscene? Alright. Aloy, stop letting her kick you down to another level, okay? We just beat her ass without getting touched. And then every time you're in a cutscene, you get kicked down to the next level. Yes, duck behind the barrels with targets on them.
Alright, so that's how it's gonna be.
That is left of your story.
Do I have to... Ow. Ow. Alright, you want some of this? Ow, ow. Am I loaded for this? Got her. Right, she stood up. Nailed her with a spike. Oh, she's got one too! Oh, but her spreads.
This is where it ends.
Yeah, for you, maybe.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh, Aloy.
The honor! Live on as a memory! I will carve my story into you!
Quick teabagger. And then... Bitch. Oh! Take that spike right in the chest!
Here I am again, on my knees before booblets and cowards. Go ahead, run me through.
Shut your mouth, traitor.
It was you who flew in on the wings of the 10. You who challenged her by our rights. You must decide her fate. I spared her once. It only made things worse. She was the best of my marshals. What a waste.
She's dangerous, all right. But maybe that's exactly what I need.
Cowards! What more do you have to conspire about?
Whether you live or die.
So here's the thing. I don't like how vague the brain one is. This isn't easy. That could go either way, and I don't like that. So here's the thing. I knew this decision was coming because I got spoiled. But I thought they would make her a lot more, like, what's the word? Sympathetic? When you beat her? You'd be like, oh, she would be like, oh, I'm trying to be better. I just want to see. I just want to see if the this isn't easy it kills her or not. Just because I want to know. Oh, so for those wondering, the this isn't easy option doesn't actually do anything either. Cool. Thanks for giving us that option, I guess. Kill her. Like, they don't make her sympathetic at all, and then they're even like, hey, you should remember when I didn't kill her and it was a problem still? And she doesn't do anything? So it's like... That's right, Chitalo. Don't let her speak.
There. Blood for blood.
Guess that's over then.
Chief, there's something you both need to see. In the throne room.
I don't know. That's just real. Like, God, that wasn't satisfying at all. That's so weird. I think this game is starting to like. I'm. Don't get me wrong. I love this game, but I think this game is starting to suffer from too many enemies syndrome.
Claims he has an urgent.
So we got Regala, we got Silence, and both their groupies, and then we also have the fucking
her alone.
Not the Divinators. What are they called? The Far Zeniths.
From an interested party.
Silence. Yeah. Like, I get it. We were like trying to work with those people to then, take on the actual big bads, but it's too many. It's too many. You're getting too convoluted. Because, like, Regala didn't get enough light, I think. We didn't have enough missions with her. Like, you had all the rebel bases, but for the most part, we didn't really do too much with her.
You dreamed of. So get to your task.
Like I said, they didn't make her sympathetic at all, so it's like, why would I save her? Like, she could, like, the implication was that she was strong and would be able to help us. And apparently she is really good as an NPC. But when you just blow through things in the story mode too, you don't really need it. But I believe we get her bow, which is supposed to be really good. If it hasn't already given it to us, I might have missed that it gave it to us. But we should get her bow now, which I'd rather have. I'd rather have her weapon.
Do you have any idea what you've just done?
I don't care.
Oh, it's a pleasure to see you too, Silence.
Congratulations on your victory. You saved the Tanakh for a few weeks. Unfortunately, you've doomed the entire planet as well.
Wrong. I don't need a Tanakh army to defeat the Zeniths.
Oh, Aloy. Have you learned nothing about the enemy we're up against?
More than you, hiding whatever hole you found. My idea is just better than anything you ever came up with.
Go on.
No, not here. We're doing this my way. Face to face, and with the weapon you've developed.
And why would I agree to that?
Because I'm your only way of beating the Zeniths, and getting the copy of Apollo that's on their ship. So meet me at my base. Mountains west of Plainsong. Time to submit to the inevitable silence and follow the person who actually knows what she's doing.
Ooh.
Don't be late.
Fucking tell him. Hey, put some shoes on before you step on that kind of stuff, girl.
Tilda?
Okay.
You there? I did it.
I obtained Regala's wrath.
So head to my base.
Impressive. I'll be there as soon as I can.
Now that I can fly, I might want to see what else I can do before I head back.
Hey, Mr. Know-It-All is here. You know, your focus buddy who never smiles. I didn't know what to do with him, so I had him wait in your room.
Got it. Thanks.
I'm looking so fancy.
Well, Silence. Looks like you finally found a door you could open without me.
I'm glad it's there, actually. It kept me from having to mingle with the company you keep. But enough prattle. I believe you owe me an explanation. Your plans for the Zenith base?
You're right. I do owe you. My spear in your throat for deceiving me again. At the Hades Proving Lab.
I doubt you asked me here for that kind of reckoning.
No. Right now, I need your help. So I'm giving you one final chance. But if you ever betray me again, I will kill you no matter what the circumstance. Understood?
Very well.
Very well.
Though we'll both face a decidedly short future if you can't get us inside that base.
Aloy, your other guest is here. She's, coming to you.
Thanks. Good timing. The truth is, I can't actually get us into the base. But she can.
The company you keep is even worse than I thought.
Not a fan of surprises, are you? Oh, look. That must be your little invention.
Does the weapon work? Without self-destructing?
Of course it does. I've eliminated the imperfections and greatly improved its design and output.
How can we be sure?
Care for a demonstration?
Enough, both of you. We're in this together, at least for now. Go talk to Erend. Tell him I said to give you rooms of your own. I'll come see you when I get a chance.
Oh no, you first.
Better get everyone in the control room so Tilda can tell us what she knows about the Zenith base.
There you are. Well done, Aloy. Despite my reservations, you managed to secure Silence and his weapon. You're truly a shining example of Liz's fortitude.
I've been thinking about what you said at your house. How you were friends with Elizabeth. It was more than that, wasn't it?
Perceptive as ever. You're right, we were together for a time.
Okay, so... what happened?
I was an orphan. I had always been alone. By my 30s, I was starting to wonder if that was simply my fate in life.
I didn't get that from that conversation. Maybe I wasn't paying attention enough, but it seems left field to me. I don't know. It's, I mean, whatever, in all honesty, but...
I thought it was just shop talk, an exchange of ideas, but then I was surprised at how much I looked forward to seeing her. Soon we were flying halfway across the world every other week just to meet up. For the first time, I didn't feel lonely. I could imagine a future where I wasn't. I think Liz felt the same way at first. She had lost her mother a few years back. I filled a void for her. I know I did. But as time passed, it seemed as though she wanted less, and I wanted more. And so we ended things.
So helping me, restoring Elizabeth's dream, it's what,
a second chance, yes. I made a mistake leaving Earth while Liz stayed behind. I should have done more. So when I saw you, a woman who has carved her own remarkable path...
Are you coming on to me?
...beyond even what made Liz a phenomenon, I knew I had to help you. To do right by her.
You said before that you're not like the other Zeniths. That you never were. But you went along with all of their plans.
Out of necessity. I'm not proud of it. But complicity became a means of survival, both when Earth was consumed and when the colony on Sirius was destroyed. I did what I had to. But I resolved to remain one step ahead of the others, to try to undo what damage I could. Hence the data channel with Beta.
the secret passage into their base and the little trick I pulled to save you.
Why did you make the data channel look like your house?
I built that house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place, not just for me, but for the art stored in its depths. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly, some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
Why do you think Elizabeth pulled away?
I've wondered that for 1,000 years. She was brilliant.
Isn't that the way of it? Am I right, boys?
She cared so deeply for the world, for the betterment of humanity. But it also felt like she kept everyone at arm's length, including me. She never wanted to share her burdens. I think, in the end, she had a core that she never let anyone be part of. Sometimes I wonder if anyone really knew her.
I found a recording of you and Elizabeth back in the proving lab after Farzineth's attempt to steal Gaia.
Yes. A most unpleasant conversation.
She said something after the call. I think she regretted how things ended between you.
Did she? All this time, thank you for telling me. I've always hated that those were the last words we ever said to each other. And that her last impression of me was as a functionary of Far Zenith, not who I truly am.
When it's time to break into the Zenith base, what can we expect?
I'll go over the full layout once you've assembled your friends. Suffice it to say, we will need to push as fast as possible to Beta and Gaia's location, dealing with heavy resistance along the way. There are also printing facilities where the others have been amassing the natural resources they've stripped from the region.
What for?
First for use in the base's infrastructure, and then to fabricate more Spectre drones, a small army of them.
When I was out in the wilds, I saw a shuttle take off from the island, heading for space.
It was likely ferrying materials to and from our ship in orbit. After hundreds of years luxuriating in our digital comforts, the ship was barely space-worthy when we made our escape. Disaster can strike at any moment. We've learned our lesson.
Have you figured out how Silence's weapon works?
No, and he's been very careful not to allow me near it. I'll admit it bothers me, but regardless of how it functions, I am confident it will deactivate the other shields en masse.
How many of them are in the base?
10, including Eric and Gerard. Only a handful of us made it to our ship when our colony collapsed.
So, Eric... was he always a bloodthirsty psychopath?
I believe he got worse over time. On Earth, he was the founder of a profitable private military company. A band of cutthroats, in other words. Even as governments abandoned human combatants in favor of automated warfare. He found success with clientele that required a more personal touch. There were also rumors that he personally hunted and killed his targets. On occasion, all for the thrill of it. But on Sirius, he retreated to virtual reality simulations. In them, he could go on rampages as violent as he pleased, though I suspect with diminishing satisfaction.
All of his tribe believes he was one of the greatest people from the old world.
Then they would be quite disappointed to meet him, though I'm sure he'd bask in the adoration.
What can you tell me about Gerard?
He was the head of the world's largest financial conglomerate, and as such had dealings with almost every major corporation. It made him one of the wealthiest people on Earth, and certainly the wealthiest among Far Zenith.
What does one person do with that much money?
Buy more power, more influence. Gerard's always
More
believed
money, more
himself
prompt,
to be a
baby.
refined patrician, able to maintain control with a polished smile. But beneath that exterior is a cold and calculating operator. It was his decision to restrict Beta's upbringing to her digital educators, the avatars of the Apollo database, while we were painted as her benefactors.
Well, we'll deal with him soon enough. And the others.
I would very much like to see his face when he realizes we've beaten him.
When I was in the ruins of Vegas, I found data on a man named Stanley Chen. I think he was a Zenith.
Stanley, ever the optimist. He was one of the good ones. When we established our colony, he built an exact replica of Las Vegas in virtual reality. Lights, shows, gambling, every detail perfectly recreated. And while others cloistered themselves in their own
Does she not have a
fantasies,
body?
he flung his
Like,
doors
is it all?
wide to
Is it all machine parts
What are you
underneath?
talking about?
It looks
I'm
like the
guessing he didn't
blue,
make it back to Earth?
like the blue
No, he
tendrils
perished
that come out when
when our
we
colony was
overtake
destroyed.
machines.
He would have been thrilled to discover that part of his beloved city survived.
When Beta escaped and hid in an ancient research facility, I saw another one of the Zeniths, Verbena. Who was she?
A dull star amidst a sea of brighter constellations. Unlike most of Far Zenith's members who amassed their wealth through shrewd business deals and technological achievements, Verbena inherited her billions. Her father had achieved great success in the luxury holotourism industry. At age 24, she became the world's most eligible bachelorette, branding herself a life designer. Someone who leverages their fame to influence the choice of others.
What? Like a cult?
In a way, yes.
Well, she must have done something right to have survived this long.
She was her own brand of ruthless. That much is true. But even rats can cling to a vessel for escape.
Okay, so I've had run-ins with a handful of Zeniths. What about the rest?
An array of the wealthiest people on Earth. Titans of their industries.
And let me guess. All selfish and ruthless to the core?
Most, but not all. There were a few with whom I got along. Annika Murjani, for instance, was always delightful. She founded the HoloNet's most successful dance channel and was herself mesmerizing to watch. And I had fascinating discussions with Song Jiao about her work in cellular biology. Our immortality treatments are due in part to her achievements. But then there were others like Devin Miller, the CEO of a fast food printing corporation. His only real preoccupations were perfecting his golf swing and taking self-hollows. When I think about all of us, we really should have accomplished more. We had eternity.
Okay. I'll let you know when it's time.
I'll be here until then. And thank you, Aloy, for giving me this chance. My past has always been a struggle. More than once I've lost everything. But when I look to the future, I see Liz's dream fulfilled. A universe of new possibilities.
Maybe we can make it happen.
We will. I won't let anything get in the way. I promise you that.
Katala, what do you have to say about... Oh, what's this? What's all this then? Weaponized prosthetic arm. Oh, it's his arm. Look at all the strike pieces he's got. Or are these mine? You taking my strike pieces, boy?
Haven't seen you
Speaking
since
of
the Battle
another
the Grove.
infuriating aspect of this fucking
How are you
game.
holding up?
I saw you fly on the wings of the Ten, and paralyze Regalla's army with lightning. I would say that I am inspired.
Thank you, I guess.
It is I who should be thanking you.
Things will get ugly once the Zeniths realize we're in their base. You'll need every trick you've ever learned.
I would have it no other way. Many soldiers died in the old world to make sure we stood here today. We will endure on their behalf. Though, I am curious how you intend to defeat the Zenith's defenses.
I don't like how his
Army
mouth
of our
moves.
own.
Leave
It's
that
so
to me.
small, and
Just make sure you're ready to
because
fight.
of the white face
say?
paint, it looks like his
You have
lips
more
are
than
all
earned my trust.
scrunched into his face.
Did you meet Tilda?
There is something about her that doesn't seem natural. I wouldn't be surprised if my sword went through her and she didn't bleed at all.
Honestly, with her, nothing would surprise me. Your people keep mentioning the wings of the Ten. What exactly does it mean?
The visions tell us that the Ten flew on great metal machines with wings.
So Buharu, how's it
and
going,
leapt
eh?
into battle from the sky.
You're
For
up
us,
late again, my boy.
To imitate this feat is the ultimate expression of martial prowess. It is why the challengers leap into the arena during the Kulrut. And now, you have done it. Like the deeds of the Ten themselves, it will never be forgotten. So, tell me.
How did it feel?
How did it feel?
I won't lie. Pretty good.
I can only imagine.
I can only imagine. Is that all you had to say
I
to
have
me,
to go.
son?
But I'll be briefing everyone on the plan soon.
Understood.
So Beta's not here, so I don't have to talk to her. Stormbird Storm Cannon, ooh. And a Thunderjaw tail. I think I have a ton of Thunderjaw tails because I don't really use them. Oh shit, well, I wanted those. Hold on. Working on something, lost track of time, so as per usual. Just came by to say what's up and good night. Well, have a good evening, good sir.
It's all going to be okay. We can't
Hopefully it was
You flew?
progressive.
Cortana told me. And took out Regalla's machines?
It was
You know
valuable
what? I don't
progression,
even
I
know
should
why
say,
I'm
on your project.
I saw we have visitors and a new weapon. Does this mean we're ready to take the fight to the Zeniths?
Almost. I suppose you saw that Tilda is here. Our very own Zenith.
I almost went up to her to ask her, well, every question I've ever had about the legacy. Every diviner I know would kill to get 5 minutes with one of the old ones. But now that she's here, all I feel is a vague unease. I don't know if I'm scared of finding out more uncomfortable truths, or just scared of her. Probably both.
You sure you're okay going on this mission? I know things must be happening pretty fast for you.
I've already braved oceans and madmen who thought they were ancestors reborn. Why not a few immortals with lethal drones at their command, too?
Guess the more the merrier. I hope our new guests have been behaving.
This silence.
Hit my mic.
He's the one who built the weapon that can take down Zenith shields?
He is. Though I wouldn't expect him to answer any questions about it. He refuses to dole out his secrets to us lesser mortals.
Oh.
You know that special part of us that makes us warm, kind, welcoming?
Our spirit?
Yeah. He was born without that. I need to wrap up a few things, but stay sharp.
I'll be
Stay sharp, everyone. This is my bedroom, correct? Correct. Alright. And this
Did you need
is...
something?
I didn't know you were in here. Sorry to interrupt. I was just trying to get to the fabrication terminal. I can override dread wings now. Probably shouldn't have done that because I think I could use those dread wings and the stalkers I can override. Not fire claws or rollerbacks or scorchers or shell snappers though in fort. Shit. Well, shit. Actually, I'll talk to him last. I'm gonna talk to Aaron and Zoe first.
Aloy, you came back with some interesting friends.
Wish I could say we don't need them. But Silence and Tilda are here for a reason.
Yeah. Enemy of my enemy and all that, right?
Right. I guess Silence is keeping to himself, as usual.
I was hoping he'd give me an excuse to hammer his sorry ass to the ground.
Please don't.
You telling me you wouldn't want to get just one good hit on that smug face of his? After everything he's done?
Sure. Later. Right now, he's got something we need. Doesn't look like any of our guests are making trouble.
Yet. So, Katala tells me you flew. Well, that's new. I've been busting my balls trying to learn to read. You're out there having all the fun.
Don't worry. You'll be getting all the fun you can handle soon. With the Zeniths.
Looking forward to it.
You, talked to Tilda at all?
I tried. I don't think even a hot forge could melt that ice. And you say she wants to help?
I think so. Well, let's hope. I better get going.
Oh, you know where to find me.
Aloy. It appears that we have some interesting new guests. I'm glad to see you're okay, though. I heard you gave the Tanakh something to talk about. I was half expecting you to burst in through the ceiling riding a sunwing.
Sorry to disappoint. Have you talked to any of our new friends?
Aaron and I tried speaking to Silence, but apparently our tribal prattle is unnecessary.
Charming, isn't he? Ready to head over to the Zenith base?
Whatever comes, we will endure.
Thoughts on our new Zenith acquaintance?
I'd say she smells like death, but even death smells of something. She's more like a cold piece of metal, bent on repelling all semblance of life.
She's definitely different. I have to go. I trust you to keep things civil around here.
I'll make sure Aaron doesn't punch Silence in the face, if that's what you mean.
Thanks.
Speaking of, I must talk with that man.
So, you return.
So...
Bravo. You managed to sway a Zenith to your side. Care to explain?
Not a chance. I thought you said the weapon was ready.
There's always room to optimize. But that's not why you're here. I assume you want to comprehend my undertakings. So, ask away.
Since when were you so forthcoming?
Since you turned this into a waiting game. And as it seems you have found modest success, perhaps I'm willing to be generous.
While I was out there, I had a couple run-ins with the Quen.
The tribe from across the ocean. And?
Their entire tribe was shaped around the discovery of focuses. One of them, Alva, even joined me here. Don't you want to know more about them?
No. They stumbled upon the greatest technological artifact from the ancient world, and what did they do with it? They shrouded the knowledge they unearthed in mysticism and taboo, creating a pantheon out of corporate shills.
Yes, well, it also led them to Thebes.
Did it now?
So those run-ins with the Quen I mentioned, On one of them, I teamed up with their expedition to search thieves. We found Pharaoh at the end.
You must have needed Omega clearance. So, what was it like?
Worse than you can imagine.
He single-handedly wiped out collective human knowledge. I'm sure it was still less than he deserved.
Let me guess. You would have scraped him into a jar so you could prod his brain, like what you did with Hades.
For a start.
Tell me about the weapon.
My man.
How does it work?
I've upgraded the delivery system. It now emits a wave-like effect covering a significant distance.
That doesn't fully answer my question.
No, but I'd be a fool to reveal its inner workings. After all, why did you withhold your plan for dealing with the Zenith drones? Yes, even you can appreciate the value of secrecy when warranted. Suffice it to say that the weapon will work. The intricacies of how is knowledge that is mine alone.
Okay, so your big plan, everything you've been manipulating for the last few months. Let me see if I got this straight. You learned about the Zeniths from Hades when you interrogated it. Then you came up with a plan to defeat them by using a Tenakth army and that weapon. And to get the Tenakth to fight for you, or rather the Sons of Prometheus, armed Regalla's rebels with override tech.
Did you have an actual question, or are you still playing catch-up?
So all this time, even before I found the coordinates at the Spire, you were out here scheming. Why couldn't you just tell me?
When I learned of the Zenith's return to Earth, I laid out my plans. I knew I would one day require an army of overzealous Tenakth to assault the Zenith base. The casualties would be extreme. And I knew you would never allow such a sacrifice, no matter how necessary. Thus, I devised a means to remove your interference from the equation. At the Hades Proving Lab.
Why help Regalla take over? If you wanted an army, you could have just gone to Hekarro.
Before Regalla's rebellion, Hekarro was only concerned with battling machines and fostering friendships with Akarja. Even if I gained his ear, he would never agree to send his forces to battle a threat he couldn't understand.
So helping a bloodthirsty exile was easier.
Yes, exceedingly so. All Regalla craved was war against the Karja and anyone who threatens the Tenakth. She would have led the tribe into battle without question, which was precisely what I needed.
You wanted me to surrender to the Zenith at the Hades Proving Lab. They almost killed me.
Based on everything I knew about them, I concluded they would find you a useful asset, thereby keeping you out of harm's way and, more importantly, out of my way.
So you really didn't know they had their own clone of Elizabeth?
No. Unfortunately, there was no way I could have known that particular detail.
Detail? Well, I guess if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be here today. Why create the Sons of Prometheus? You didn't need a Sarah to make override tech.
They were a necessary safeguard. My time serving Hades in the Eclipse demonstrated the risks of getting directly involved. Through the Sons of Prometheus, I could execute my plans, all while remaining anonymous.
Except to a Sarah. How did you get a Sarah to work for you?
I knew there was an associate of the Oseram tinker, Durval, who escaped his failed assault on Meridian. It was trivial to track her down and gain her cooperation. She wanted to succeed where Durval had failed.
So you promised her Regalla, and the Tenakth. The Sarah would help you create a machine-riding army, and wanted to see Meridian burn as much as she did.
And so a partnership was born out of thirst for blood, bonded in mutual self-interest.
You think you had everything figured out, huh?
I did.
Alright, Silence. I think I've talked to you long enough. I'll let you know when it's time to go. And try not to mess with Tilda while you're in here, okay? I don't need the two of you butting heads.
Ah, yes. About your Zenith ally. I wonder if you understand what kind of person you're dealing with. For someone to live as long as she has, outlast as many calamities, well, your goals may be aligned now, but I'd watch for the moment they diverge.
Yeah, I'm aware. Reminds me of someone else I know.
Survival is only a necessity to my greater purpose, Aloy. I'd hoped you'd recognize that by now.
Do you know something or not?
Oh, I know a great deal of things. But on this, just call it a feeling.
Oh, a feeling? You mean you finally had one? Huh. Guess even you can change, Silence.
Assemble your companions. Anybody else have anything stupid to say while I'm here? No? Alright.